All right, welcome everyone. Today we are talking about essential oils and pain. And there was a worksheet, a PDF file that was posted in your event that you could have printed out if you wanted to write notes on. If you didn't get that, one of the leaders will get you that link to that PDF file. But we're going to go ahead and get started here. So what I want, again, my name's Margaret Raitt. I'm a wellness advocate. I'm a silver wellness advocate. I've been doing this for about 9 years. But I actually just used the oils for about a couple of years before I even looked at the business side. One of the big reasons I looked at the business was the results I was having. And a lot of it had to do with pain and energy. So I'm really excited to speak on this topic today. So before we get started, I want you to take a personal inventory of kind of the different categories of your pain. So I want to rate yourself. And if you don't have a piece of paper in front of you to do this, just do it mentally on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being you have 0, pretty much no pain, and 10 being it's pretty severe. Rate yourself, take some inventory. Chronic pain is it's part of your daily life. You are like maybe constantly in pain all the time, or you have some kind of chronic issue going on that, for me, you don't even realize after a while. You get so used to the pain, you don't realize how bad it was until you're out of pain. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit with some of our products. So rate yourself there. Emotional pain, it is what it is. I mean, you could have a loss of someone, a close loved one, or just emotional issues going on, especially right now with what's going on, all the things that are going on in our world. The heaviness is real, so acknowledge it. And we have products that can help you through that. And so just rate yourself on an emotional pain level. And that, for me, that's a roller coaster. It could be some days are better than others. So it doesn't have to be like all the time, but maybe how you've been feeling the last couple months, rate yourself that way. And then occasional pain would be good days and bad days. So like, I'm going to talk a lot about my joints because I played volleyball in college, and I really beat up my body a lot. So I had chronic pain, but mine is more now occasional pain. It's based on my activity levels and how I take care of my body. So you have good days and bad days. Maybe you have a knee that hurts, or your back goes out once in a while. Rate yourself on occasional pain there as well. Okay, we're going to talk about, so if you have your paper in front of you, maybe take a moment and look at the pictures of those bodies there, and kind of circle the area of your pain. Let's say you have hip pain, you're going to circle your hips, or knees, or ankle, or feet, or neck, or shoulders, like myself, tennis elbow. Maybe just kind of make a note of where your pain is, and then we can further guide you on how to deal with that. Because if it's something you can do topically, that's wonderful. But internally, the best thing is the foundational support. And I think a lot of you on here today probably take Lifelong Vitality. And if you don't, hopefully after today you will, because it is a game changer. Lifelong Vitality is this wonderful package of these 3 bottles: Alpha CRS, XE Omega, and Microplex VMZ. It will change your life, I promise you. I'm going to be asking if anybody wants to share a brief testimonial, maybe 30 seconds here in a minute. But after I started these, I was having some health issues that doctors couldn't figure out. And my mom passed away from ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, if those of you aren't familiar with ALS. And so all they wanted to talk to me about was neurological. They sent me to a neurologist just because of my mom's history. And that's when I realized that I knew our healthcare system was broken, but That's all they wanted to talk about. They didn't want to look at my deficiencies, like my magnesium levels and things like that, that I knew later on were a problem. Because when I started on Lifelong Vitality, my symptoms that I was having pretty much went away after about 60 days. Within 2 weeks, I had more energy. But I will never stop taking these bottles. So this is the foundation you need. It's everything everything we eat either feeds disease or fights disease. Okay, so these 3 bottles are something you can take that's going to fight disease. All right, so let's move on here. How does Lifelong Vitality, LLV is our acronym for Lifelong Vitality, how does it support your chronic pain? Provides healthy response to oxidative stress, supports bone health with calcium, magnesium, that's what I was talking about, zinc and vitamin D. And zinc right now is out there a lot because it helps with keeping your immune system strong with your immune response. And there's other great things in this too as well that they're talking about right now. Supports healthy joint function and comfort. So that would be for chronic. For emotional pain, I have talked to a lot of people that they feel like the Lifelong Vitality brings them mental clarity and better brain, supports their brain function, provides a wide array of omega-3 fatty acids for gut and cognitive support. Now, we have been hearing a lot about the gut-brain connection. So if you're having a lot of emotional issues, you might want to look at your gut, because if your gut isn't healthy, your brain will suffer too, along with all your other systems in your body. The LLV also protects against lipid oxidation and supports healthy function of the brain, eyes, and nervous system. So that's where I believe it helped me, because I was having the nervous system, I was having these muscle fasciculations, and it just helped it get better. I don't have those anymore. Occasional pain, we talked about. This person in this picture is holding their knee. I think knees, shoulders, elbows, backs, lots of occasional pain out there. I'm sure a lot of you are probably talking about it in the chat box right now. So for occasional pain, the Lifelong Vitality provides powerful foundational support of vital minerals and vitamins to keep your body performing at peak performance. Think about what we eat and what nutrients we are lacking in the food that we are taking in. Lifelong Vitality fills that gap, okay? So you definitely, I feel like this class on pain is kind of on Lifelong Vitality, because without the foundation of this box, these 3 bottles, the other things I talk about aren't going to work as well. Okay, so please go on Lifelong Vitality if you haven't already. Optimal nutrition protects your body and speeds recovery. So when you do, so anybody have a really powerful Lifelong Vitality testimonial they want to share with us in less than a minute? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi.
Victoria, go ahead. Oh wait, Victoria, go ahead, Annette.
Go ahead.
Victoria raised her hand, but go ahead, Annette, you're already unmuted. Tell us.
Well, for me, that was like a gift that my sister, who introduced me to Dōterra, and the first thing she did was she just gifted me the vitamins, because I had just undergone a cancer. So my body was really, really weak, and I felt like getting out of bed was a strenuous ordeal. So when I started taking it, I didn't think, honestly, that vitamins were going to be the answer to me on my journey to feeling better. But every day I saw the improvement every day. And then I stopped taking it just to see if it was just like a placebo effect or if it really helped. And it really did. And just everything from my nails growing, my hair, my skin, I started to gain my vitality. So it's perfectly named Lifelong Vitality. And if I don't take my Lifelong Vitality for a while, I honestly do feel the difference. So I just wanted to put a plug. It's not just like any one-day vitamin. It's really different. It really reacts differently in my body, and it makes me go to the next level.
Thank you, Annette. Yes, well, it's bioavailable, and so it actually, most vitamins over the counter are hard packed, and our bodies can't even break those down. So the lifelong vitality, that's why we have to take 4 of each, because they can't pack it so hard we wouldn't be able to absorb it. But it's bioavailable, and that's why, like, I can tell the same day if I miss my morning dose, that afternoon I go, why am I so tired? Like, I can tell something's off, and then I look at my little dish and I forgot to take my morning dose. So I noticed it right away. Most people, but like if I didn't go for a week, I don't know what I would do. I would just never do that. So anyway, I want to read a couple things from a couple of testimonials that are pretty powerful on managing inflammation and pain with the lifelong vitality. This is Kathy P. from Colorado. After a couple of months on the lifelong vitality, I realized that my osteoarthritis was gone. It makes sense that if the pain was caused by inflammation and these supplements are anti-inflammatory, my body needed that help to stop the cycle. An old bunion stopped hurting, and my hair, which was white, started going dark again. That winter, I noticed greatly improved immunity, mood, and energy, even with less sleep. I feel completely rested with less downtime. What an amazing difference there is in good quality supplements. That's just one. I'm gonna do one other one here. Michelle from Arizona. The recovery from a major MS, multiple sclerosis, exacerbation usually takes 3 to 6 months for energy levels to restore. In July, after being in bed for 1 month, I started lifelong vitality. In just 6 days, I was back to a full day's activity levels. I am now on lifelong vitality. Any person with a chronic disease or facing age-related issues will definitely benefit from these supplements. There's so many testimonials out there. Ask the person who invited you here today. They probably are on it. Due to time, if we have time, Victoria will take your testimonial later because you raised your hand. But due to time, I kind of want to get through the meat of this, and then we'd love to hear any testimonials we have time for. So let's talk a little bit about essential oils and pain and the dangers of prescription pain medication. I think you all know here that we have an opioid crisis in our world right now. They cause more deaths than car accidents. So anyway, false sense of euphoria. Teens tend to think they're safe because they were prescribed. So like they'll maybe get into their parents' stuff, and that's just not good. Withdrawal symptoms, overprescribed. I think they're doing a better job of this. They're trying to control it a little more. But, you know, an estimated 90% of people with chronic pain are prescribed opioids. It's really hard once you get on those to wean yourself off if you get used to taking them. And then your digestive shutdown. Who wants that to happen? Over time, it can really cause a lot of issues with your digestion. So there's overwhelming evidence that, you know, natural treatments are effective and safe, but the reason people either won't listen because they're naysayers or whatever is because they don't want to take the time. Sometimes the natural treatments take a little longer, a little time and effort, and the drugs are immediate. And we are like a society of immediate gratification. So that's the problem right there. So anyway, that's just some of the dangers. And then tips for weaning off. Now, I am not a doctor. This comes from Dōterra. So definitely work with your doctor if you are trying to wean off anything. But these are just some tips. Increase your water intake. You know, we all know we're supposed to drink half our body weight in ounces every day of water. Use your oils. It'll make you want to drink water more. Make sure it's in stainless or glass though. Replace your habit. So if you're trying to quit, try to do something else. Replace it with 10 deep breaths, do 10 push-ups. That wouldn't be me because of my shoulders, but take a walk, get outside, anything to get your mind off of wanting to do that, okay? And then take your lifelong vitality and additional supplements to support your body naturally. This will also alleviate the symptoms of detoxing, okay? And then surround yourself with support, which we have this great community here. So if you need support, go to your oily community. go to your, the person who introduced you to doTERRA, get some support with this, and we all would love to help you, okay? So later on, if anybody has, I'm not gonna do it now, but if anybody has a testimonial about successfully getting off of their pain meds, we all wanna hear about it, okay? But before that, I wanna talk about Symphony of the Cells. Some of you are familiar with this, some of you are not. I have the booklet here. You can order this on symphonyofthecells.com. And this was put together by Boyd Truman. And this is another wonderful way to take care of your inflammation. There are different protocols in here. I guess that's what they're called. Yeah, protocols. So there's all kinds of different ones for different problems. Basic, cardiovascular, cellular, digestive, forgiveness, hormone balance. I mean, it goes on and on. But here's just an example on the left side of the screen of the inflammatory. Take a screenshot of this if you want to do this, if you have someone in your house that can do this on you or that you can do on them. You do it in these orders. The little symbols, you can go to symphonyofthecells.com and you can find out what they mean. The hand, they're pretty obvious. But I did the lymphatic. I have a testimonial. I did the lymphatic protocol in here because my son, a year and a half ago, got really sick. And we found out he was allergic to a second antibiotic. He's allergic to zithromycin, which like 0.5% of the nation is allergic to. And so they took him off of that when he wasn't completely done with it. Well, then a month later, he got what's called lymphadenopathy, where his lymph nodes in his neck swelled up so badly that it hurt so bad. And they wanted to put him on another antibiotic. And he did not want another antibiotic. They assured us it's not the same, blah, 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 you know. So I gave my son the choice. He was 15 at the time, or 14, 15. I filled the antibiotic as a backup, and then we did the Symphony of the Cells lymphatic protocol. And I also did there's a natural antibiotic you can make, and it's in, it's on EO books, or no, Modern Essentials. It was one of those. And it tells you exactly what to put in the capsule if you want to do like a natural antibiotic. So I made up all the capsules ahead of time, put them in the fridge because I was supposed to go to Mexico with my sisters. I was actually at the airport when he called me when he was sick, and I had to come home and delay my trip by 2 days. So I made all the capsules ahead of time. But the next day after taking the capsules, and I did this Symphony of the Cells twice on him, 2 days, the swelling had gone down tremendously. He felt so much better, and it worked. Like, I was so happy that we were able to avoid yet another synthetic antibiotic. So that's my little plug for Symphony of the Cells. This is an amazing program. You can go on to, Boyd Truman does a free, I think you can find a free example. He shows how he does it. So check that out. It's amazing for so many systems in the body. And then here are some options. We're doing pretty good on time. Here's some options that you can do on your wellness box. So we'd like to call our loyalty rewards program our wellness box program. And so here's some sample options if you are dealing with pain. And then I'm going to go into each of these specifically, but just to overview for joint pain, see how all of these start with LLV, lifelong vitality, because you need that as a nutritional base, okay? That is the key. Start with that first and then add on these others if you still need more support, because the lifelong vitality by itself might be what you need. That might be enough. So joint pain, muscle pain, emotional pain, digestive pain, head tension, and migraines. I believe I have a slide for each of these. So if not, I'll come back. So I use all three of these. Turmeric capsules, they've been out now for, I guess, I think they came out last year. Yeah, they came out last September. These are unlike anything else on the product. We all know turmeric is good for inflammation, but these have the oil combined with the extract to make it so the extract can be absorbed better into your body. Okay, so the oil, I'm looking at in case you don't know this, you can go to any product on our doTERRA.com, pull off the PIP sheet, which is product information page, and it'll tell you all the things you want to know. Lots of questions and answers, okay? So it combines the benefits of both the turmeric oil, essential oil, with the joint support of the curcuminoids of turmeric extract. And you need that, that fat so that the turmeric extract can be absorbed. Not fat, I'm not saying it right. But it helps it because otherwise you have to put black pepper or something else with it to make it absorb. So Dōterra did that for us. So research has shown that curcuminoids, anybody can do this, right? I can't pronounce it, have poor bioavailability. But when combined with turmerones from turmeric essential oil, bioavailability can be increased. The dual chamber capsules are truly unique because they combine key ingredients together in one convenient delivery system. Okay, so I take one of those in the morning. I don't take two because I'm already taking the deep blue polyphenol here on the right. But in the middle here is the deep blue rub, which is, you're all probably familiar with the deep blue oil. It's the cream form of the oil. So it's more convenient. A lot of athletes like to stick that in their gym bag. It's the cream form, so it gives you something to massage with, whereas the oil, we all know, absorbs really quickly. Now, I use the cream when I need it, but my favorite thing to do is I take the deep blue oil and copaiba together and I combine them in a roller bottle. Sometimes I'll add lemongrass and frankincense and add fractionated coconut oil to that. And I roll it every time I take a shower. I roll it on my shoulders because that's where, from volleyball, I have trashed my shoulders. And I roll it every morning on my shoulders, sometimes on my knees if they're hurting, but always my shoulders, sometimes my elbows because I get that, you know, tennis elbow, golfer's elbow thing. Anywhere that I'm feeling a little bit of pain after I shower because my pores are open and it just feels so good. And it really works on the root cause of inflammation, because I will tell you, I've been struggling with this my whole adult life, having kids and lifting babies and things, and my volleyball background, it just really was so messed up. Dōterra has saved that for me. That's why I'm so excited about this topic, because I can do the things in life I want to do. I can golf, I can bike, I can walk. I don't run because that's too hard on my knees. I went paddle boarding, I can hike, I can do all the things I want to do as a 54-year-old that I would probably not be able to do if I were not on Dōterra. So deep blue polyphenol, oh my goodness, if you have any joint pain at all, you need to be on this. This is not the oil. This is polyphenols, which are basically plants. Okay, so Dana Moore said a really interesting thing on her when she was talking about this topic. It's like when you eat food, you can't take too much of this. So let's say you take 2 of these a day and you have a day that's bad and you need a little more support. Don't go take an ibuprofen or Tylenol. Take more of this. But this is not going to destroy your liver and kidneys like those others will. And this is plants. So, you know, when you're hungry, you eat food. It's not going to hurt us. So I was really happy to hear that, because sometimes I'll have a headache and I have not taken an ibuprofen in 9 years. And so I will take this along with doing my peppermint oil, whatever. But the beauty of this product is if you're buying Lifelong Vitality, you can get this for $20. It's regularly wholesale price $59.50, and I would pay that. It's worth every penny. But who doesn't want to save money? So $20, customize your Lifelong Vitality kit, add this on. You can add up to 2 of these right now. They ran out for a while. I ran out of this a couple years ago, and I was in so much pain. I vowed to never run out of it. I was a little scared when they were out of stock recently, but I made it to the exact week they came back with it. So thankfully I didn't have to go without it. So put in the chat box if you love this or any of these that are on the screen. All right. Now muscle pain, there again, turmeric dual chamber capsules. Again, and copaiba, I mentioned the oil in my roller. I also take 2 soft gels before I go to bed, because I don't know about you, but if you have chronic pain, at night when you're sleeping and still is when you notice it. Sometimes during the day we get busy and we kind of forget about it. The copaiba soft gels, wow, like 2 of those before I go to bed, after I put my oils on my feet, and it helps so much. It also helps calm the nervous system, which I think helps calming for sleeping. It's good for sleep. It's also good for pain. We could do a whole class on copaiba. There's clinical studies out there. Ask the person who invited you here today. Marjoram can also be wonderful topically. I also believe you can take, I think there's a recipe for taking that internally. And then the deep blue rub again. So consider these for muscle pain. And then emotional pain. So raise your hand, put in the chat box if you love the adaptive, or actually any of these products on this slide right now. The adaptive system is, I believe, saving lives right now. It is so powerful. You can see in that picture there's a roller, which is the adaptive oil blend that is combined with fractionated coconut oil. So that is what I keep in my purse because I have situational anxiety. And so I want to have that. I also keep the capsules in my purse because they work within 20 to 30 minutes. Not kidding you. I've had several times where I knew I was going to be anxious in a situation. I know my triggers. So I took one of the capsules about 30 minutes before I was going to be in that situation. And I sailed through. Like, it's amazing how it works. If you want to know the science and the why behind it, I recommend you go find Jessica Travis's videos. She is so smart. She does the research. She was a nurse practitioner, I believe. Now does Dōterra full time, but she has amazing videos. Go find her group. It's Learn with Jessica, I think. Her videos are amazing. She talks about each ingredient, each oil that's put in the blend and why it works so well with the different receptors of our brain and the serotonin and all that. It is so cool. So adaptive for everyone, especially right now. If you buy those 3 together, I think you save almost $15, but you can buy all 3 products separately as well. One of the things, if any of you have dental anxiety, I wonder if Kim's on here, she'll laugh at me, our dentist. I get dental anxiety. I know I shouldn't, but I do. And so.
So do I, Margaret. It's okay. I don't like sitting in dental chair either.
You do? Oh
Yes.
my gosh, our resident dentist has it too. Oh, that makes me feel so much better. Thank you, Kim.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. So I took an adaptive. I had my cleaning. I'm actually due to go next week. No, the week after next, so I'll be taking one. I took one before I left my house for my last cleaning. And it's just a cleaning. It's like, and I sailed. It was awesome. I sailed through. I was so relaxed. It was so awesome. I swear by that. I had another situation too that it rescued me from. So adaptive to the rescue. All of you, look more into that. I recommend everybody takes that. Well, take the capsules if you need them, but definitely use the oil. I've been diffusing the oil a lot too. Elevation is another one. It's our joyful blend. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. You can diffuse that. After my mom passed away, my dad was very depressed, and he was willing to try anything. He didn't go on medication, thankfully, but he was willing to diffuse. And so I got him a diffuser and we diffused elevation. And he also had heart issues. So this is a good side effect of our oils, because we know the side effects are only good. He was diffusing for a couple days and I called him and I said, Dad, how are you feeling? How's that diffuser? And he goes, oh my gosh, I have so much energy now. I have to turn it off before I go to bed. And when you're depressed, you don't have energy, right? You do not have energy. So he was feeling more energy and better. And then he said, and the darndest thing, he's like, my swelling in my ankles has gone down, because he had diabetes and he had heart issues. So he would have fluid buildup and his ankles would just become tree trunks. It was horrible. And he would elevate and everything and it would still be bad. So he said the swelling went down. And that was the only thing he could figure out that he had done differently. So I was like, side effect. And then I looked at the oils that were in that blend, and one of them was for cardiovascular. I'm like, oils for the win. Again, that's our new Volo diffuser there. We have all kinds of great diffusers. I got my pedal going back here. The Lumo is my favorite. I haven't bought the Volo yet. It's so pretty. I'm going to get it pretty soon here, but I have so many. If you have the Volo, shout out if you love it. Tell everybody about it. And then frankincense again. Frankincense is good for everything. When in doubt, use frank. We say that's our, because it's true. Frankincense can help with depression and feeling down. And it's just, it's the king of all oils. So you probably already know that, but you might not know the emotional benefits. It's very good for emotional benefits. We diffused frankincense and breathe when my father was dying because he had pneumonia. And I think the frankincense really helps also with the transitioning when people are dying. So if you know someone who is in that situation, you might want to consider having them diffuse frankincense. So here is digestive pain, and I'm sorry if you have this. Thankfully, well, Dōterra helps me not deal with this. Actually, I wanted to point out again that Terrazyme and the PB Assist are also part of that lifelong vitality customization you can do, where you can get each of those for only $20. So you're saving money by adding them onto the lifelong vitality. Dōterra does that for a reason. They want you to they want you to use the products they know you need, so they make it easier to save money. So that's why they put those on there as an option. Terrazyme is the enzymes that will help you absorb nutrients better and help you break down your food. Any kind of issue you have going on, Boyd Truman, if it's any skin issue, you need to be taking Terrazyme. Skin is how the body detoxes. So Terrazyme for eczema, all kinds of things, but it's good for everything. Everybody needs to take it. It'll help you absorb the nutrients from the vitamins as well. Probiotics, we all know, everybody takes them now, but ours are different. Again, Dōterra has to make them better. It's a dual chamber capsule again, which has an outer prebiotic, I think that's the right saying, fiber that gets through the stomach acid, so that the actual, help me out here, the name, it gets to your intestines. The flora gets to your intestines and helps balance out. That's where we need the probiotics to go, is our intestines. We don't need them in our stomach. We need them in the intestines. So PB Assist all the way. There's a PB Assist Junior if you have kids or you don't like swallowing pills. I know adults take it. Digestin, you should already know about that. Topically to your stomach, internally, indigestion. I have another example, but I could go on and on all day. I don't want to be talking all day. But Digestin is amazing if you haven't tried it. Tamer is the kids version for digestive, topically, bottoms of the feet, if you have any kids with any kind of constipation or cramps or anything like that. And then our fairly new enteric coated peppermint capsules, which are like doctors prescribe these for people. This is amazing that Dōterra did this. So those also, I believe, get down to the intestine where they're needed. And then head tension, migraines, oh my gosh. Well, I want to say my friend Laura gets chronic migraines, and she has for years, and she swears by Deep Blue. So if these in the picture here don't help you, try Deep Blue oil. She puts it on and she follows it by the cream, and she does not have to take her migraine medicine. But find out what works for you. What works for me might not work for you. So you need to just explore. Here again, we got copaiba. It's great for pain, tension, it relaxes, it's calming to the nervous system. And then frankincense again. A lot of people I know use frankincense for headaches. When my son was younger, he was too young for peppermint. Peppermint felt like it was burning him. I put frankincense on him when he would get his headaches. And it worked immediately. We'd be at church and he used to get sick to his stomach. I think he had migraines when he was 5. I don't know. It would make him nauseous, and we would be at church. I would put frankincense on his head and it saved the day. He didn't get sick. So past tense, most of you know about tension blend, specifically made for tension, headaches, muscle tension too. A lot of people like to put it here on their neck and their shoulders. A great blend for that. It's pretty strong smelling. I recommend if you're new to it, put a little bit on your finger and put it on, because if you just roll it on, sometimes it's too much. So less is more, a little goes a long ways. And then eucalyptus is also can help with head tension and migraines. But again, look at that LLV plus. You got to be on Lifelong Vitality. Okay, so we're going to take a break right here, and I want you, anybody who wanted to share a testimonial about anything I talked about, raise your hand or unmute yourself, and please share with us, okay, right now. Victoria, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hello. When I reached out to Val, I was probably the easiest enrollment ever because I basically chased Val down because I had just had enough with the chronic pain. I was having migraines, shoulder pain. I was diagnosed years ago with costochondritis, which is inflammation of the chest cavity. And when that flares up, it mimics a heart attack. So I was having that pain every day. So it felt like I was having a heart attack every single day. And I had anxiety and just a whole host of other issues. I think it was like right around April 1st, I started taking the Lifelong Vitality. And prior to that, I was taking Advil and pain medication several times a day, every day. And since I started the Lifelong Vitality, along with the Deep Blue, Past Tense, and the Adaptive, I have not had to take any kind of anxiety meds, Advil, pain medications, nothing since the beginning of April.
Oh, that's awesome,
Since using
Victoria.
it. Yeah,
oh,
it is.
Isn't that like the most empowering thing ever?
Absolutely. It has, I mean, it sounds cheesy, but it has changed my life.
Me too. I feel the same.
100% it has changed my life.
Yeah. It's not cheesy at all. It's true. I think everyone on here pretty much feels the same way probably. We can't imagine our lives without Dōterra, and I'm so happy for you and for Val for getting to help you get through that. Oh my, that is just, that's like the best thing ever. I bet that made Val feel like $1 million knowing that she could help you do that. I mean, I know is when I help people, that's my favorite part of doing this is hearing from someone that said, you know, I don't have pain anymore, or I can sleep through the night. There's so many great things. Thank you for sharing. Does anyone else want to share? You can unmute yourself or raise your hand, either way. It shows me if you're raising your hand, which I think is kind of cool. So I had a couple things. We're doing pretty good here. We're 45 minutes in, but I want to talk about a couple other testimonials on adaptive and turmeric because these came right after convention last year. Adaptive is a miracle. As soon as I got my convention kit, I used the roller ball. I absolutely love the smell. I began taking the capsule and noticed how much more confident I felt, and the anxieties and depressive feelings left. I was in a hurry and forgot to take them Saturday at the end of convention, and all those ugly feelings came back. I immediately found adaptive oil and capsule, and within an hour or so started to feel relief. I was surprised at how quickly they worked. This is my lifeline to a healthier me. And then another one about the one product that helped us immediately was the new turmeric capsules. My husband has been suffering with hip pain due to lack of exercise after surgery, and we went on the factory tour Tuesday. However, the walk was too much for him. His hips were very painful, so we completed the tour using a wheelchair. The next day after the turmeric was released, we bought our kit, actually 2, and he took the turmeric Wednesday night and Thursday morning. By Thursday, he had, and this is in all caps, no pain in his hips and was able to walk with no discomfort. Important message, turmeric reduced the inflammation such that he can comfortably exercise and regain his mobility. So just so many great tools at our fingertips. You definitely want to buy them on if you're not on the Loyalty Rewards program, AKA LRP, Wellness Box, you want to do that because you're going to get 10 to 30% back. You're also going to get your shipping back and free product credits. And you get access to these like you know, the special where you can customize this kit and save a ton of money. And certain groupings that you can only buy on LRP and save extra money. So do LRP, and it's so flexible. You change your shipping, you change your payment. You can ship to anybody you want to. Anyway, that's my little plug. You need to be on LRP. So real quick, I'm just gonna cover a couple basics in case you might be thinking, you know, these have changed my life. Maybe I should start sharing these with others, right? There are people that use oils. Yep.
Hi, good morning. This is Anna. I just wanted to share a couple of days ago, I normally have really bad knee pain, and my left knee was really bothering me. So I keep telling my husband, you know what, I'm going to have to call the doctor to get a shot, you know, steroid shot. Cortisone, yeah. So I said, but you know what, let me try. So I tried the deep blue oil first, rubbed it first, and then I added the cream. I swear to God, I haven't felt, it took maybe 2 days, I'll be honest, maybe 2 days, and it went away. And I typed in, you know, I wonder if it was the deep blue, but I haven't, because I haven't felt the pain. So I didn't have to call the doctor for a shot. So I'm hoping, you know, I want to believe, I guess, have faith that it was the oil. And then, because I don't know where I read, or I don't know if it was on last week's meeting, that it said to like layer, I forget, I don't know if it was there, or to layer the oil and then put the cream. And it worked. Yeah, I do have to say.
Yep, I do that too when I have intense pain. Do you want to know why it worked? You said Anna, right? Is that your first name?
Yes.
Do you know why it worked? Because this blend has oils in it that reduce inflammation, oils that promote healing, and oils for the analgesic part. So it worked on the underlying root cause, which is inflammation and needing healing, but it was also, you know, the analgesics were helping, but I bet if you use it regularly, like I do on my shoulders, that's why I know it works, because it's working on the root cause of the inflammation, but it's temporarily helping my pain as well. So you may want to see how it goes with that, but you may want to add the deep blue polyphenol capsules, because those were life-changing for my pain. And you saved all that money going to the doctor and all that time.
I know.
Yay,
no,
you saved money, right?
I am going to get that and get the turmeric.
So this is $60, okay, right? If you're going to buy this full price, think of what you would have spent if you would have gone to the doctor. I mean, even at full price, this is a better deal, but you can get it for $20 if you're getting the lifelong vitality.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope that it continues. I really do.
Oh, I hope so too. Thank you.
Yay. So real quick, stop me, Cynthia, if I'm not supposed to move on, but I was just going to share real quick if anyone is interested in sharing with others and what that looks like. So basically there's 3 ways to share. You can do a referral partnership and get free oils. You can enroll friends and get extra income, and you can do what like Val, Cynthia, and I, and Kim, and all the other leaders on here like to do, is to build a team, and then you can either supplement or replace your income. I do want to say, if you are interested in doing this, talk to the person who introduced you to Dōterra, because you'll need to upgrade your account from a wholesale customer, which we love our customers. If you want to stay a customer, that's great. But if you want to start sharing, talk about upgrading your account for free to a wellness advocate. And you can choose your path, right? You can pay for your product, you can supplement your income, or you can replace your income. Or if you just want freebies from us, do a class with us, and you know, we'll give you referral free product. So that's another way as well that I do it with my team. Make a plan, make a schedule. Basically, all you're doing is you're going to be teaching the basics class, and doing follow-up and things that were done with you. Okay, so it's the same thing that what Val and Cynthia and Kim, and I don't know all the other leaders on here, I apologize, but what they did with you when you first started, that's what you need to do, but they will help you. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, and I'm going to stop the recording, and then we can